Hello, team. Hello. You guys, I'm so excited to be doing this training with you guys tonight. So I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to jump on. But as you guys jump on, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm so pumped to be doing this training. So when you guys jump on, say hello. Let me know that the video's working, sound is working, all of that good stuff, okay? Hello. Hopefully the comments. Hello, Christina, part of Team Level Up joining. Our fearless leader, Angela, joining. Hello, you guys. You guys, I'm going to wait a couple minutes for you guys to jump on. If you guys need to share this to your teams, feel free to share it to your teams. We're going to try to cram a lot of stuff into kind of a short video so that I don't keep you guys all night. Hello, Mallory. Hello. All right, you guys. So maybe we'll give it 1 or 2 minutes. I don't have my watch on, so just kind of monitor the time. But when you guys jump on, they're matte, Mallory. This is like one of the, I think it's the second time I've had matte nails done. I'm kind of living for it a little bit, but I don't know how much I'll keep the matte. So anyways, okay, cool, Angela. So then I'm going to go ahead and get started, and people can, hop in where they want to, or, watch the replay. I know a lot of them have a separate training that they're going to be on. So we will go ahead and we'll get started. Hello, Sarah. Thanks for joining. So those of you guys that don't know who I am or are seeing this face for the very first time, my name's Lisa Jennings. I am 35 years old. I am a wife and a mother. My son's name is Cameron. He is 6 years old. And then I also have a full-time job as a senior HR manager in a healthcare company, okay? So on top of all of that, just like I'm sure you guys all have, your normal life that you do, right? You also have Farmasi, right? So up until October 12th, so right at a month ago, I was with another makeup company. I will try as hard as I can not to mention the name, but I was with another makeup company, and I was an elite status presenter with that company, okay? So just a little of where I come from, and what I've been able to accomplish with that company, and then merging over into this company, okay? So hello, TT, how are you? Hi, Diana. So the company that I came from, I was an elite presenter with that company. I was a top 50 sponsor in the entire United States. I earned a lot of the incentive trips where we were given, 6 months to earn the trip. I was able to accomplish that in 31 days. And then I was providing a lot of trainings to bigger entities. So, we're talking the exclusive purple status presenter teams, one-on-one trainings with our black status downlines, things like that. Okay. So doing a lot of training across the board for the larger teams. Okay. So I've done a couple different multi-level marketing companies. I did Paparazzi back in 2014. I switched over to Senegence. Then I joined my last makeup company. I stayed with them for about 2 years. And then I very quickly made the jump to Farmasi. I finally had said enough is enough. And I'm going to join a company where I feel like I am of value and my worth is being compensated. Does that make sense? So some of you guys may never have done a multi-level marketing company before, and that's okay. Some of you guys may have been with several companies and just really didn't feel like you found your home, okay? I promise you, I am 4 weeks in and I have found my home, so I'm confident that you guys have found yours as well, okay? What I've found over these last 6 years of doing different multi-level marketing companies and being successful in those companies, you guys, and forgive me, I've got pages of notes here, so I'm trying to kind of bulletize them so that we can get through the material, okay? One of the big things that I found though, especially with my last company being an elite status presenter, was that most people join their companies and they want to be successful, right? And in their brain and in their mind, they think they're going to be successful, but they lack one of two things. The first thing is that they're not willing to put in the work that it takes to be successful, or they have a lot of excuses of why they can't do all the things. Those excuses can be, well, I have kids, I have a full-time job, I have a house to take care of, I have a husband to take care of, this, that, and the third. They want to be successful, but they don't want to do the work, and they've got every excuse as to why they can't do the work. Or the second thing, which I find actually to be the more common of the two, is they don't know what to do, right? So you sign up, and then you expect that the person that you've signed up under is going to literally hold your hand and baby walk you through this. And a lot of times that's not how it happens. You have to play a key and instrumental part of your own success. If you want to be successful, you have to own that. You have to do the research. You have to do all the things in order to be successful, okay? So now what I can tell you is that I can't fix the excuses that you tell yourself, okay? I can't tell you that your excuses are valid. I can't tell you that just because you have kids or a full-time job or a husband or a dog or, what have you, I can't tell you that I relate. And I won't. I'm sorry. I am one of those people that is just going to tell you exactly how it is, because for me, I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm cranking my daily lives out at 5:30 in the morning so that I can make sure that I am hustling my business here with Farmasi, but that I'm also making sure that I have time for my full-time human resources position, and then my evenings can be constructed of family time and working my business from my phone, because my live is already knocked out, right? So let me explain to you that if you've ever been on a team with me and part of a team that I've been an upline to, then we run by a list of non-negotiables. These are tasks that you must do in order to propel your business in the right direction, okay? So if you want to propel your business into the right direction and increase your sales and increase your ranks and, climb that ladder to the top so that we are at the top with Angela and Melissa and Christina, if you want to climb those ranks and you want to know more, drop those hearts down there. Drop those hearts down there so that I know you completely get what I'm saying at this point. So, you guys, I was listening to some morning motivation this morning because personal development is huge, okay? Personal development is absolutely critical. Hello, Sybil. Personal development is critical, you guys. And when we get into the steps, the non-negotiables, you will find that personal development is the very first thing that I list, right? But the one that I was listening to this morning struck a chord with me. And the reason that it struck a chord with me was he was explaining that we all have two voices, okay? We all have two voices in our head, right? The first voice is our mommy voice, right? It's the easy voice. It's our mommy voice. It's the voice that tells us that we're going to be okay, and they don't really care. That voice doesn't care about the excuses or the lack of sales or the lack of commitment or the lack of dedication or the lack of success. It doesn't matter how much you fail because you love yourself, and that doesn't really matter. The other voice is the voice that we tend to run away from. That's the voice that we try to suppress. we walk away from it, we try to tune it out, we try to ignore it and push it away. But that's our voice of reality. Like, that's the reality checker voice. That's the voice that's not afraid to give you a kick in the butt and tell you, hey, today you didn't do. Okay? I'm not going to curse in this live. My personal lives, they know how I talk, but I will not do that to you guys. But that is the voice that tells you, hey, you spent an entire 24 hours not doing S. You guys know what I mean? So you've got those two voices. And some of us tend to lean towards that mommy voice, the nice voice that says, it's okay that you didn't do the things today. But there's that other voice, your deep conscious, that says, had you done those things, you may have hit 6%, 9%, 15, 18, 22, 25, right? So that's the voice that we really, we need to turn off this mommy voice in our head and really hone in and turn the volume up on this other voice that we try to suppress, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you need to put yourself down, but what I am telling you is you need to hone in on the truth, okay? With all this being said, we need to become truthful with ourselves and get ourselves back into a primitive state of mind where we have a daily list of non-negotiables, okay? So what is this list that I keep talking about, right? What is this list? I keep saying non-negotiables and I keep talking about this list and the things. Like, what are they? What are they? So for me, you guys, I personally wake up at 3:30 in the morning, like I just was telling you guys, okay? I get up at 3:30 in the morning so that I can make sure that I get all the things done, okay? And I've done this for years, okay? So I promise you, while, yes, there's a lot of days that I am exhausted, I'm tired, I feel so accomplished at the end of the day. So, very first, if you have pen and paper and you've been struggling and you're not quite sure what to do, feel free to take notes or watch the replay, you know, whatever you have to do to feel like the training sunk in for you guys. So the first thing that I do every morning, every single morning without fail, is personal development. Your personal development can come in all different ways, whether that's that you read, whether you are a YouTuber, whether you like podcasts, whatever that looks like for you. Do it first thing in the morning, because I promise you, it really does set the tone for how your day is going to play out. For me personally, I'm a YouTuber. And so I can put my phone on the speaker in my bathroom and I watch a video or listen to a video on YouTube. The channel that I watch is called Motiversity. Okay, so it's kind of like Motivation University, but all crammed into one word. So Motiversity. And they have tons and tons and tons of personal development, okay? And these are going to be more of like that motivation, but I err on the side of caution with telling you guys that because I'm also a huge Gary Vaynerchuk fan, okay? The people that I tend to watch are going to be those very in-your-face, brash, blunt, direct people. But that's how I function best. I need someone to be loud and in my face. I'm not reactive to the, it's okay, tell yourself 18 times you're beautiful. Like that doesn't work for me. So I need that loud, in your face, let's get pumped up type of motivation. And they have them 10 minutes long while you're just taking a shower that you can, listen to it while you're taking a shower. They have longer ones. Like for me, I have a 40-minute drive to work. Sometimes I'll put it on while I'm driving to work, but every single morning, this is a non-negotiable. It sets the tone for my day moving forward. And I share these with my team. So every morning I send them a video and I ask them, tell me what your key takeaway is. Because I want to know that they're doing something too. And if they don't want to watch that video, it's okay. But what I ask for in response is they share with me what they did for personal motivation or personal development that day. Because what works for me might not work for you, and that's okay. But I want to know you did something, okay? So second, non-negotiable, you must do it, is your morning post, okay? My morning posts are always going to be to either uplift, inspire, or motivate my audience. So whether that is going to be a picture of my face with, an inspiring quote over top of it, or it's going to be me sharing what my personal development video was that I watched, that morning. Whatever that is, my goal first thing in the morning, my morning post is always to inspire, uplift, or motivate the audience that I have in front of me. And I'm doing this, if you are running a business page and a personal page, you want to make sure that you are doing that in both. You don't have to have the same post because a lot of the people on your personal page are probably going to be in your business page, so make them different. But you want to make sure that you're not just driving sales down their throat. You want to humanize yourself, okay? Sybil, so I'm awake a lot earlier than most people. So my morning post is typically going to be around 7 a.m. And that's because I'm leaving my house in between 6 and 6:30. I get to work around 7 and boom, that post is going up. So, and that's because it would be even earlier than that, but my lives are done at 5:30 in the morning. So you kind of play around with that time. But I find that most people that work like a 9 to 5, they're awake around 7. And so your morning inspirational post is going to be right around 7 o'clock, right when they wake up. It's going to be the first thing that they see when they're peeing, their morning pee. They're going to see your post and like, man, that hit just when I needed it to hit. So it's going to be the first thing that they see in the morning. So the third non-negotiable, you guys, number 3, adding friends, okay? So I aim to add in between 20 and 30 new friends a day, okay? Be very careful when you're adding your friends, okay? I will go to people you may know, but I am scoping out their page first. Okay, I want to scope. I can't just blindly add, right? You need to add friends, but you need to scope their profiles. You need to find out, are they a beauty influencer? Are they an influencer with Farmasi? Because if they are, why are you adding them? You can't sell them. If anything, all you're going to do is start clogging up your feed with all these beauty influencers, and you're going to see all their great content. And then you're going to suffer comparisonitis. So while it's great to build the sisterhood, I personally do not add influencers unless they are my direct upline, like Angela, or my direct downline, because I don't want my newsfeed being congested with influencers and their content, because then I can't see who my potential customers would be. So scope out their profiles. Make sure, 1, that they are not a beauty influencer. The second is I look at mutual friends. And so what I'll do when I look at this is people you may know. If I go to their page and I see that they are already friends with Angela, I'm not going to add them because either 1, that means that they are potentially Angela's customer, and I don't want to be looked at as like I'm poaching. Or 2, they could be part of her downline. They could be part of another leader's downline. We don't know. But I want to make sure, 1, that they're not an influencer, and 2, that they are not mutual friends with someone that I know personally is an influencer, because I don't want to be tagged as potentially poaching somebody's customers. Does that make sense? So I'll do 20 to 30 people. I will add new friends every day. If you're not sure of where to find people to add, what I would suggest is joining groups of things that you like. So for me, I love tattoos. I am huge into like the rockabilly scene, tattoos, fast cars, rock and roll music. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to join groups of that type of content, and I'm going to build relationships with the people in those groups of non-pharmacy content. And then I'm going to add those people. Does that make sense? And that's where I'm going to find my friends, because they're in groups of things that I like. So if you're someone that loves keto, I would challenge you to join a bunch of keto groups where you could share recipes and build authentic relationships with people outside of selling them pharmacy. Because once you become decent enough friends with them or acquaintances with them, they will naturally trust you and naturally begin to buy with you, because they already know, hey, this chick likes keto. Her and I are the same type of person. I love her lipstick. Let me buy one of those, right? So number 4. Number 4 is your afternoon post. And this is usually going to be around lunchtime, where people are taking their lunch break. So they're eating and scrolling Facebook. And this is where you can post your engagement post, okay? So in your engagement post, you want this to drive a behavior or drive these two things sitting in front of me. This can be where you hold up, would you choose this or this? This or that? And then, put it with your face. And it will drive them to choose one or the other. Or one of these, do we think that this lipstick looks great, or should we use this lipstick, and post 2 side by sides? Something to force them to engage on the post, okay? So that is step number 4, your afternoon lunchtime engagement post. Number 5, this is where a lot of people end up struggling. The prize is in the PM, okay? The prize is in private messenger. This is where 95% of my sales have happened over the last 4 weeks, okay? Private messenger. And these are not, hey girl, hey messages, okay? These are not, hey girl, I've got this face perfecting powder for sale. It's X amount of dollars. Like, this is not where you go spam-tastic in the PMs, okay? This is where you're going to, now I do 20 to 30 of these a day. You will pick what's going to work best for you, but my typical conversion is 1 out of every 10 PMs is going to be a sale, okay? So depending on how much money you're trying to make that day, figure out what your conversion rate is. How many PMs do you need to send in order to gain a sale, okay? Mallory, I will circle back to that in just a second. And so when you're sending these PMs, you want to very strategically go through your friends list. You want to scope the last 4 or 5 posts that they've made, and then you want to send them a PM, okay? Now, their last 4 posts may be that they have a family member struggling with COVID. You're very politely going to jump into their inbox and, hey, Christina, I saw that your mom is struggling with COVID. I just wanted to send you a message to let you know that I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you if you're, if you and them are the praying type. I just wanted to send my best wishes to your family. Done. Okay. This is sales 101. Okay. You are building the relationship, and the next one that talks loses. Okay. So you're going to build the relationship. This is a back and forth conversation about whatever you've seen on their timeline. Okay. This is not a, hey, I've got this for sale. It's, $15.50, whatever the price is. This is a very organic, I've looked at their profile. I know what's going on in their life at a high level, and I'm going to genuinely reach out to them, because let me tell you what happens at that point. You're not PMing them to gain a sale. What happens is when you PM them, even if they left you on red, your content now starts showing up on their news feed. So even if they left you on red, even if they don't respond, or let's say you do have a genuine back and forth conversation, your content now shows up on their feed. So if you are doing the rest of the non-negotiables, eventually they will bite. When the time is right for them, they will bite. Okay? So like I said, I do 20 to 30 of those a day. Number 6. This one can get a little time consuming. And to be honest, this whole list is time consuming. But if you want to build success and you want to be up there with Angela and Melissa and Christina, all of our heavy hitting leaders, if you want to be up there in those high caliber ranks, these are the things that the leaders are doing to get to those ranks, you guys. They're not just sitting back with their feet on a desk waiting for sales to come in, because that's not how it happens, okay? So number 6 is commenting on 20 to 50 statuses, okay? So as you're scrolling your feed and you see your friends, you want to go, and not the same people every day, okay? Not the same ones. You want to go to 20 to 50 statuses and comment something of actual substance. So this is going to be advice, tips, feedback, etc. Okay? This is not seeing somebody's selfie and just saying, beautiful. Well, that's great. They probably have 15 other comments that say beautiful. All you're going to do is get lost in the translation. But if you do comment on a selfie and you're commenting with, girl, your eyes look so amazing with that sharp black winged liner. What brand are you using? I really want to snag one. Okay, now you're asking a question. So it's going to, again, drive the interaction between you and that person. Or you will have somebody that asks, mamas out there, what's the best brand of diapers to prevent my child from having leaking? Offer the advice. I like Pamper Swaddlers because X, Y, and Z. It's got to be advice. It has to be tips. It has to be feedback. It has to be something of value and something that is going to make them actually hone in on what you specifically said. Okay? Does that make sense? Number 7. I know that this one, you guys, is a struggle for a lot of people. Okay? So before I even tell you what number 7 is, I am going to tell you, do it scared. Okay? Number 7 is go live. Okay? Go live. When you go live, your lives should be creating value. They should be teaching something, okay? You need to be upbeat and personable and interact with the people that are commenting on your live, okay? Lives are everything. If people don't see you using the products, they are never, ever going to believe that you truly love what you sell. Okay? They're never going to believe you. But your lives need to offer value. Okay? So when I say value, let me explain what I mean. So great. I can post this picture. Great. We have a 3-in-1 palette, you guys. How many people want to buy it? That's great. but you need to teach something. So on my live tomorrow, for instance, I want to show you guys the 3-in-1 palette, and I want, what I would title this video to catch interest is the Neapolitan effect. Join me to find out what the deets are. No one knows what the Neapolitan effect is. How many of you guys seeing this palette would know what I was talking about? The Neapolitan effect. Maybe some makeup lovers will know what it is, but the Neapolitan effect is to teach them how to use this palette. And that's because we're going to use the pink strawberry as our blush. We're going to use the chocolate, the brown, or the bronzer underneath. And then we're going to use the vanilla, our highlight, right here. So we're going to call it the Neapolitan effect, and then we're going to teach them how to use this palette, okay? So then, after you're live, when you post this tonight or tomorrow, and they've already seen your live, and you say, okay, now that we know how to use this palette, and we watched the live called the Neapolitan effect, I am running a bulk order. It's going to save you shipping. All you have to pay is X plus tax, and we'll call it a day. Now, people have seen you use it. You've created value. You've shown them exactly what to do. And now you're going to run a bulk order. Okay? So I think, Christina, with scheduling your lives, there's a couple ways. Like for me specifically, my audience knows now I'm going live every single morning at 5:30 in the morning. So they know that that's what time to expect me. If you're not somebody that's going to be going live every day, which I don't think you need to, I'm not saying that it's critical to go live every day, but what I am saying is critical is that you need to be consistent. So if you're going to do lives, I would pick a non-negotiable 3 to 4 days to go live at the same exact time every time. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because if you set that tone with your customers that these are the days I'm going to be live, this is what time I'm going to be live, and then you skip 2, 3, 4, 5 times of going live, now you're not trustworthy, and now people don't believe you. They'll pay you through PayPal, and now they're scared that they won't even get their product because you can't even commit to going live. So you create that breach of trust if you put out there what time you're going to go live and what days, and then you don't do it. So if you're going to have days, make sure that you are locked into those dates and times. You have the childcare, you have a quiet space, you know, you've got all of the I's dotted and the T's crossed. Yeah, so I mean, if that's something that you can commit to, then yes, I'd put it out there so that they know to start expecting that. Because that's going to become part of your brand, is that we know Christina's going live every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 12. Hello, Rocco. How are you? So, yes, I would say, you know, make that part of your branding, that's going to be the time that you would go live. I would also always make sure that 2 of your live days are Fridays and Saturdays. Why? Because people get paid, okay? So every Friday and Saturday, I'm going to go live because I want their money, okay? So I'm going to make sure I'm going live and showing my face and showing these products with a full beat, because at the end, I want your money. So I need to put my face out there. Yeah, absolutely, Kayla. Like, if you're not getting the viewers at 12, you know, you test run this for a couple weeks. If you're not getting the views, then, you know, change it up and let your audience know, hey, we're not really getting the interaction that we need around 12 o'clock. So we're gonna switch it up. I'm still gonna go live the same days, but we're gonna go live at 2. You know, whatever that looks like for you. Lori, girl, my best advice to you is do it scared. I know it is so scary to push that live button. I know it is. But I'm telling you, hands down, I don't have a glorious setup, you guys. I have a blank white wall behind me. When I was an elite presenter with my last company, I had a GPS mount up on my bathroom mirror, and I went live like that the entire 2 years that I was with them and became elite status, okay? You don't have to have a glamorous setup to go live and engage with your audience. Do it scared. Let them know. Address the elephant in the room. You guys, I'm live. Oh my gosh, I'm finally live, but I am so scared. Address the elephant in the room. Let them interact with you and keep it moving, okay? So, your final non-negotiable, number 8, okay? Number 8 is your product post. So this is going to be your product post where you could do a bulk order. This could be your product post about what I typically will do is I will make a product post. I will post information about that product and what it solves for. So an example of one that I did last week was I showed the blushes, and I showed a shimmer blush, and then I showed a matte blush. And I explained that people that have large pores or texture to their skin should use a matte blush. And the reason for that is because light does not refract off of a matte blush, meaning it's not going to make the large pores or the texture appear worse off than it really is. And so you do a product post where you explain the benefits and what it solves for on their face. Or it can be a bulk order or, whatever it is, but that is your product post. Okay? So those are legitimately the 8 non-negotiables that I do and that I have my team do every single solid day. Okay? And then at the end of all of this, you guys, if I have a team member that is coming to me at the end of a month and they're, well, I didn't really make the money that I thought I was going to make. Okay, well, let's look at your profile. Did you do all the things? And if they did, there's a couple reasons. One, they just really haven't built a big enough audience yet. Maybe they only have 200 friends on their friends list. That's okay. If they're doing all the things, they're eventually going to build that friends list, right? Because one of the non-negotiables is to add friends daily. Maybe it's, well, I didn't really make the money that I wanted to, but they didn't go live one time in the whole month. Or they've got a bunch of negativity all over their Facebook walls, or a bunch of politics, or, there are things that we shouldn't post about. You don't want to mix too much business and pleasure. You want to share your life so that you become human, but you don't want to share too much. Like, I'm never going to go deep diving into politics on my Facebook because I don't want to offend either party. I want both of their money, okay? So I'm not going to deep dive on either side. So make sure that your Facebooks are cleaned up, that you've got a great image of yourself as your profile picture, a great banner, no negativity on your page, that you're following a non-negotiable, something that you can commit to, that every single day, no matter what, you are going to do, okay? So I hope this helped you guys out. I know a lot of times when we're new, we don't know what we don't know, right? And so we're not really sure what to do. So I hope that this helped you guys. I know it's helped a lot of the girls on my team and with my last company. Like I said, I was an elite status presenter there. I know it helped a lot of them. So I hope that you guys are able to, get something from this video. But if you guys have questions, drop them down there in the comments. I promise I will come back and I will go back through the comments and I will provide as much context and detail as I can, okay? Angela, thank you so much for letting me do this training in your group. But If there's any other topics that you guys want training on, definitely drop those down as well. I'm sure, Angela and the leaders, could come up with something or someone that can provide that type of training. Everyone obviously here, everyone wants everyone to succeed. And that's the, super awesome thing about this business. So I hope you guys all have a awesome Tuesday night, and I'll see you guys in the page. Bye guys.